Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Herbisaurs Decade Challenge. We are at the end of Season 2, and as we're in the last quarter of the season, and the Herbisaurs are in a free fall, we have started to cut salary. We are anticipating a unfortunate season to finish. And while we're in a Decade Challenge, this is tough because no season should be wasted. But we're not wasting it if we are planning for that failure. As you can see, we have 28.9 million in surplus, giving us a lot more opportunity to develop players that we plan to keep on the team. There are a lot of players that aren't going to stick around next season, but for now, we're just trying to take advantage of the opportunity to develop when we can. So we are going to simulate a couple of games here and then check out this opportunity for Fiona. I think losing power versus lefties isn't the worst thing in the world when we can improve her fielding and her arm. I'm not going to risk this one for Heimlich. And then these last two here, Baller Norris, I don't want him to get stimulated, and he doesn't need additional junk. Jermaine Reigns isn't a future part of this team, so nothing notable for what we're working on today. Now, typically we've been watching a game each video. This team I don't know is worthy of watching a game. I think I just want us to prioritize getting to the end of the season. Now, there is, I believe, only one player that I'm looking to bring in before the end of the season here if he gets to the right price, and that's Dick Lucas. At 22 years old, I think it would be nice to bring him back into the fold. Right now, we have starters with Severus Pena. He is, of course, the core of the team for the future. We have Baller Norris, who's up in the air right now, whether he's going to be a future piece on the team. Wagyu Takobi, I'm going to stick around with him a little bit longer despite his struggles, but Hiro Masano is definitely not a future piece, so he's a guy we're going to look to get rid of for Dick Lucas when the time comes. So we'll keep watching his price. When he gets to the right point, we'll see if we can pull the trigger there. In the meantime, let's go ahead and start into the sim. So we're going to go through the rest of this season before the end of the video. So we'll jump ahead 3 games just to get the development for Fiona Clark and see what else happens. And just as a quick reminder, as I have had a big gap since I recorded the last video, I do like to document these progressions as we go. So, and other roster moves and things like that. So I am going to make sure I take note when things happen. And as we can see, this game, or the few games that we just had, ended. And Wagyu just got a little bit of development, so that's nice to see. Wagyu Takobi with a +1 velocity. Slight improvement there. He's still a B-. Let's see what else happened. Nothing there. We are Tier 3 competitive, so be watching for players that get dropped with competitive traits. Development for Case and Hackett. Love that. Let's see what else. +8 junk for Alika Bassinet. Man, that name is going to kill me every single time. This is game 57. Alika Bassinet gets +8 junk, and that puts him up to a B-. So there's nice progression. And I just want to make note that he is progressed to a B-. So that is a positive development. All right. Next, we have Lester Bronco getting dropped by the Sawteeth is tough out. Intriguing, but I don't know if that's the right route for us. Let's see. Who do we have in right field right now? I think it's, Casper Stern is in right. He is just a placeholder. He's not a future piece of this team. And I don't anticipate us going Lester Bronco's route unless we get to a point where he's 32 years old. He could be there in the offseason. I'd look to consider him. He's also competitive, so that's not bad, but I don't know if he's really a piece that I'd be interested in having. Dick Lucas, again, we're still going to keep an eye on that. Let's see what development opportunities popped up. 1 for Ham Slamus, 2 power, 2 speed. I'm going to peek at his stats before I decide to do this, as could be a bit risky. He has not had a great season, and I wouldn't want to put money into him if we're not going to keep him around. Fiona Clark, we are going to do this one, so let's just go ahead and get into it now. Only $119,000. It's 3 fielding, -1 power, +2 arm, chance for more fielding. He won't gain it, and then the power versus lefties potentially lost. It won't be. All right, so let me document that really quick, and I forgot what game we just finished here, but we're gonna do Fiona Clark with the +3 fielding, -1 power, and +2 arm. That maxes out her arm, and she's still a C+. So, actually, I'm going to peek really quick just to make sure I don't forget. Okay, so game 57 here. All right, and let's see what other development options we have. So again, we skipped that one for Horace. I want to do this one for Case and Hackett, so we will come back to this one in 7 games. We have this one for Annabella Stokes. It's speed, which would be maxed out in arm, and a chance for her infield position to go to all infield. Absolutely worth the money to put into her. She's 23 years old. I don't love the traits, but I do think that that would be incredibly helpful. Okay, I hope that my audio is working again. Um, because I had my one ear headphone just cut out on me all of a sudden, and it threw me off for sure. So it sounds like it's working now. I hope that this isn't end up being a video with no commentary. That would be disappointing. We're gonna come back to this one in 7 games. We're gonna come back to this one in 3 games, and that is going to be it for development. Other than that, oh yeah, I wanted to check out Ham Slamus, and I'll see his betting 192. That's way too low. 5 home runs, is second on the team, but the whole team sucks right now. So I don't think this is an option for us. So we are going to probably just ignore that development for Ham. 45 total bases is below. Same as Annabella Stokes, who has no home runs. Below Rip Dinger's peak physique and Morton Stanberg. And that's just not very acceptable. So we're going to skip on Ham Slamus, and we are going to simulate 3 more games. That gets us to the end of this Freebooter series. It'll be most of the rotation getting hit here. So let's go ahead. We're 25 and 32. We don't really care about the record. We only win one of those games. I hope it was the one with Severus Pena on the mound. Actually, I'll just peek here. Nope, we lost that one. We won the one with Wagyu Takobi on the mound, but it was Bassinet that gets the win there. 5-2 victory. We got shut out in those other games. That is very ugly. All right, since that game ended, Jovita Pulo gets dropped by the Sawteeth. Peak physique with development, probably going to pass on that one. I don't think he's going to be a future piece. We have Damian Rush on the free agent pool, not interested. Javi Yoder, not interested. Wanda Dregler, going to pass on her. A lot of aging players coming out here. Shay D gets dropped. No thank you. Slip Vanderwink, no thanks. And then a development for Rip Dingers. He's 26. This might actually be worth it. Let's take a look. So no to Ham Slamus, no to Peak Physique. This one for Rip. So contact would be huge, especially if he gets the bonus 4. -1 speed doesn't matter when he's not that great anyways in the speed department. We have 10 games on this one. And just out of curiosity, he is 10 home runs, 27 RBIs. I don't think that's great, but we don't have anything to compare it to. Leads the team with total bases of 79. 8 doubles, 9 walks. He struck out 38 times. Obviously, the contact would help out a lot in that department too. And he's second on the team in hits behind Morton Stanberg. So, yeah, we'll come back to this one in just a sec. Well, we have 10 games on that one anyways. I'm also sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place. Game 60 is just finished. So This one for Case and Hackett has 4 more games. This one for Stokes we're going to do right now. So after game 60, Annabella Stokes. Speed and arm. Let's see if we can get that utility. That's the one I'm most excited about. 1 speed, 1 arm, and she gets the bonus. All right, so she just became, I think, continuing to be a core piece to this team. That is huge. So she gains plus, second position. What am I trying to do here? Okay. So we have all of that. Does that get her to be an A-? It does not, but she's second base infield now. This is huge. She can play third, she can play short, and she can go over to first when necessary, but not likely to put her at first base. All right, so 4 games, and we'll come back to Case and Hackett here. He's still struggling this season, but he's got the potential at age 19 to be to be our starting first baseman next year. So that's what I'm hoping he can turn into. Let's check free agent pool. Dick Lucas still well above his price point. And I'm worried that someone's going to scoop him up before he drops to his price point because we're getting to the end of the season and there's competition there. Warren Yount is below his price point now, but we're not going to bring him back. It's just a shame he wasn't able to find any success with the team. That was a tough decision, but I tried to be as unbiased as possible. So let's go ahead and sim 4 games ahead through the Wild Pigs and 1 game of the Hot Corners. Let's see how we do. 26, and we get 1 win out of the 4. We have a minus 55 run differential. This team is just not good. All right, let's see. Since the game ended, development for Mess, chance to lose the curveball. Maybe it's worth it. We'll look in a second. Hopper Fenster gets dropped by the Sawteeth. He's an intriguing player, but 37. Squinch Toot Whistle by the Wild Pigs. Elvis Stanley gets dropped by the Sirloin. Or no, by the Sirloins. I like him as a player, but I don't think he fits our team needs. All right, and at game 63, Alika Bassinet gets another development. Plus 2 junk. Getting a lot of junk here in his early career. Up to 50 now. All right, Jovan Bambino available. Probably not. 28 years old. Intriguing, though. And then we have Chimo Gaspar. Contact versus lefty, low pitch at 30. I don't know. That's probably a guy I'd have to consider in the offseason. All right, so development. We go down to this one for Kaysen Bassinet, where it's game 64. I said Kaysen Bassinet. Kaysen Hackett. And he's going to get 1 fielding, 1 contact, and a chance for 3 more. I'd love the roll here. Let's see if we can get it. Plus 1 contact is going to be just the 1. Plus 1 fielding. So slight improvement there. He is now a B+, though, so that's a nice boost for him. We'll see if maybe we can get him at a discount by the end of the season if he doesn't ask for a higher salary. He hasn't earned it because of his performance, but we'll see if we can get a good deal on him. That's going to be, this one for Sterling Mess. So accuracy is already at high. Velocity is good. So it may not be worth it to risk losing the elite curveball. So I'll probably pass on that one. So we're going to go 6 games and then do this one for Rip Dingers. I'm happy to do that and really hope that we can get the bonus there. So I love that it says Case and Hackett is a rock. That's just an interesting statement there. All right, so we're going to go 6 games ahead. We are approaching the end of our season here. So we have 3, 4, 5. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Because if we spend money, it's going to free up more spots. I'm going to do this one for Rip right now. So we're going to rip this one, game 64 for Rip Dingers. And this will give us another opportunity for another development opportunity before the end of the season here. So let's go ahead and boost his contact. Plus 4, minus 1 speed. And he's going to get the bonus contact. Holy shit, we got lucky there. So plus 8 contact, minus 1 speed. And I'm actually looking at my notes, and Case and Hackett got that same bonus, and so did Morton Stamberg, both on the same game back in game 22. So this is the third time this season that we've gotten an eight contact boost, -1 speed boost, which is hilarious. All right, so he's up to 68 contact, a lot more respectable for sure. We now have two spots freed up, and we're going to let the rest of these time out on us. So I'm actually going to just sim a couple of games here. Let's just finish this Hot Corner series, and then we will see where we're at with development options. We lose both of those games. Boy, this team sucks. I'm glad we didn't watch a game. We have development for Casper Stern. No, thank you. Let's see what else we got. Who's being dropped here? We have Dr. Cornus. No, thank you. We have Carrie. Our Punchy Patterson's available, but has easy jumps. So I don't like that. Excuse me. Alika Bassinet with a chance to gain falls behind. Maybe worth it. I'll look at it in a second. Jem Colita is out. Our former pitcher gets replaced by our former pitcher on the B-Wolves. That one's funny. And then Bishop Fuller gets dropped by the Haters, bringing in Lana Rhymes. So they're dropping salary, and that's it for the roster moves. So we're at game 66 now. We are at. Let's see those development options. We had Alika Bassinet. So it's already at higher accuracy. So velocity and junk both do need an improvement. So I'm actually interested in this one. I'll probably do this one right now too. And then the one for Casper Stearns, we're going to pass on. Or Casper Stern, excuse me. I'm not going to pay for him to come back on the team. So let's just do this one. Game 66 for Alika Bassinet. Am I saying that right? Alika? Yeah, Alika Bassinet. Like I told you, this is going to be a mess for me every single time I say it. So 3 velocity, 1 junk, a chance for more velocity and junk, but also a chance to gain falls behind. High risk, high reward. See how we do. 3 velocity, 1 junk, no bonus velocity, no bonus junk. I have a bad feeling. Oh, we're going to gain it. Damn it. So he gets falls behind. Sorry, bud, but I feel like we needed to get the opportunity for the other things to improve, and it backfires on us. So we gain falls behind as well. I wonder if that's enough for him to drop to a C+ again. No. It's his only trait, though, and that is unfortunate, but he does get the velocity and junk improvement, so I guess a little bit of something to celebrate there. All right. Let's, again, do a couple of games here just to get through or get another development option available to us. Oh, shoot. I needed to check Dick Lucas. We win a game there, win 1 and 2. And let's see. Binky Stevens gets dropped. Morton Sandberg with development. Ham Slamus loses 1 power. This is after game 67. So Ham regression is not ideal. Oops, I'm putting it in the wrong spot. Let me know if this is too tedious for you, if you like the me documenting things gets to be too much, and I will do my best. But that's kind of how I want to run this series, is just kind of keeping track of everything, especially over 10 years. I want to see the progress that the team makes. Development for Horace Heimlich, I want to do that one. We have Bo Belter available with fastball hitter. It would be at tier 2. Whiffer would be at tier 1. That one's fascinating to me. We don't really have a true center fielder. It'd be an off-season decision, though. Slick Pickman's available. Probably not going to go for him. And then Wagyu development here, and a chance to gain Workhorse would be insane to go with his K Collector. Oh, man. All right. The guy needs to play well. I'm checking quickly so I don't forget. Dick Lucas, 1.1 million over his price. I'm going to wait, and I think we're going to lose him, but I definitely don't want to sign him too early here. Ooh, you know what I could do? strategy could be bringing him in right now anyways, and then just releasing him in the re-sign phase. This would guarantee, I guess he'd likely be dropped if someone else is overpaying him, but this would guarantee that he would go into the free agent pool as opposed to getting swooped up by somebody that will keep him into the next season. So actually funny, I will do that. I've never considered this strategy before, so something to think about. What I'm saying is if somebody else signs him, they may keep him for next season too. I want to have a chance at getting him in the offseason, and he's too early to be signed. But at the end of the season, teams that are going into the playoffs might spend to bring him in now. So I'm actually going to sign him to replace Hiro Masano. And this just guarantees that when we get to the re-sign phase, we can get rid of him and then have him available in the offseason. I'm kind of proud of myself for thinking of that just now, so I didn't lose him. All right, let's... oh, and I have to make that roster move too. Sorry. Holy moly. All right, so that was after game 68. Again, sorry about the tediousness. Hero is a C+ still. And he is 23. And then we have Dick Lucas, who's a B+ and 22 years old. And then I also have to document how much I'm paying him and how much he's worth. And I'll fix that in just a second. Same thing with Hiro Masano, was paying him 4.0 million. Now let's check and see how much he's worth. He's worth 4.3. And then for Dick Lucas, I think it was 9.8. Dick is 9.8. Yep, 9.8. There we go. All right, perfect. That one's documented. So after game 68, we're definitely going to do some development here. We're squeezing a few in before the end of the season, which is nice. Morton, are you going to be back on this team? I don't know. It's been a bad year, worse than last year, and last year was disappointing. I don't think this is a good idea to bring him back. I really wanted him to be like kind of the captain of this team, and he has not been able to perform for us, which is incredibly disappointing. So I won't spend this money on him. We're going to do this one for Horace Heimlich. And then we're going to do this one for Wagyu to Kobe. So we're almost to the end of the season here. So Horace, we have velocity with a chance to gain extra velocity and consistent. Consistent, I don't care either way. But you're trying to get that bonus velocity, we get it. So +7 velocity. And he gains consistent as well. That is crazy. Big rolls there for Horace Heimlich. And he doesn't even turn into a B- yet. So he is just making progress slowly but surely. That one's really, really cool to see. All right, next one is going to be this one for Wagyu to Kobe. And this one's huge too, because if we get Workhorse, K-Collector Workhorse is one of the more elite starting pitching combos in the game. And while it's not as amazing when he's not great, if he continues to develop at 24 years old, he can become an elite pitcher. And I don't know if anyone's ever seen an elite Wagyu to Kobe, but I definitely have not. So let's see if we can get it. If we get accuracy, we might 1 contact, -2 junk. We don't get the bonus accuracy. I'm okay if we get Workhorse. Yes! Oh my god! I cannot believe we just got those. That's 3 bonus rolls out of 4 in the last 2 players. So we get the bonus accuracy. We get 1 contact, which is a random one. I don't love getting that for players, but I'll take Workhorse being added on. And this might be enough to bump him up to a B. He's now a B. And I cannot believe Wagyu to Kobe has K-Collector and has Workhorse now. If he doesn't become one of our best budget starters, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be super bummed. That's what I'm going to do. All right, so we have 2 more spots open. I don't think any of these are really going to become available before the end of the season, so I'm just going to go 1 game at a time here. We'll simulate this wide loads game. Just trying to squeeze in some development before we get to the end of the season. Anything happened? Well, we get development for Kendra Kerr, and I will absolutely do that. So after game 69, we're going to do this one for Kendra. And it is going to be just a basic junk accuracy with a chance for a little more junk. So let's go ahead and do this one. Sorry, give me 1 second. I accidentally bumped the wrong button. So we get the 1 junk, we get the 1 accuracy, but no bonus junk there. And that is okay. She's still really good, and she's locked in. All right, we'll go 1 more game. Again, we're just inching our way to the end of the season here. Try and squeeze as much development out. We lose another game. We're 28-42. This is by far one of the worst seasons I've ever seen. And you can see they the Heaters just brought in Jefe Manzano, dropping Dion base. Not interested there. We have development for Tish Ballin. I don't think she needs either of those. I'll look in a second. I don't want to risk her losing the outfield utility just because she is nice to have, flexible. And this one for Annabella Stokes. She needs power. She already has contact, so losing a little is okay. And I'm actually okay if she loses Mind Gamer, because then it opens another spot for a competitive trait or a more valuable trait. So I'm absolutely going to do that one. We're at game 70 here. Yeah, this one for Tish. She's already good with power and speed, so no, not worth doing another one. But we are gonna do this one for Annabella Stokes, and I'm actually stoked about this one. So get that in there. We have power and chance for more bonus power and a chance to gain Mind Gamer, which I wouldn't mind at all. So let's try it. Fingers crossed. +4 power, no bonus power. And she loses Mind Gamer. So while this is normally a negative, it's a positive for us. And I love that we are getting a lot of luck here. And she gains 4 power, which is her weakest attribute. So this puts her up to 26. It doesn't feel like a lot, but Mind Gamer is now gone, which means we have hope for more development for her. She loses 2 contact down to 68. It's not the worst thing in the world, and we can probably get that back. So happy about that. Let's go ahead and sim another game. Again, just inching our way towards the end of the season here. A lost season, but we've seen a lot of actual positive development for the team since then. And we're going to have development for both Reigns and Willis. Willis is the player I'm going to look at here. So let's go ahead and head over there really quick. Let me check a time. I want to say I'm good here. Okay, good. I'll speed this last part up again. So junk and accuracy, he needs the junk. A chance for a screwball would be really nice as well. So we're at game 71. We have Geronimo Willis here, and we're going to see what we can get out of him. +1 junk, 1 accuracy, no bonus junk. +1 accuracy, and no screwball for him. So no luck there. We give him a little bit of a accuracy boost, not a whole lot, and we have 1 more game to simulate. So end of the season is upon us, and we lose the last game of the season. We end with a 28-42 record, which is absolutely awful. We only won 5 games over this last stretch of 18. We went 5-13, so it was 28-44. We went from a -44 run differential at the beginning of the video to a -75 run differential. So that is embarrassing. We were in 4th place with 10.5 games back. We stayed in 4th, but now 19 games back, which is, again, a very awful year, but we tanked really hard. We got rid of a lot of players. All right, so we missed the playoffs for the 2nd straight season. The good news is we didn't go all in like we did last year, and so we don't feel as disappointed. Still stings, but that's okay with me. So let's go ahead and check and see anything else that happened since this. Okay, so there's development for Dick Lucas here. but I don't think I'm going to pay for this one. Velocity junk, -1 accuracy, and a chance for him to gain easy jumps is a little too risky for me at a tier 3 trait like that. So yeah, I'm not going to do this. And then there's nothing else development-wise I want to do. Not going to risk that one for Sterling Mess. I'd be crazy to do this one for Reigns, right? Durable would be fascinating. Arm is good too. We have 6.7 million. I kind of want to save this for future seasons. He's 30. I'm gonna. It's only 264,000. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. If he gets this, he's definitely going to be a piece that sticks around on this team. So Jermaine Reigns. He's a guy I've never really had on the team. I don't think First Pitch Slayer is a good simulated trait, but you know what? Let's just see what happens. If he gets the durable, great. If he gains extra bonus arm, that's great too. It's 3 + 8 arm. And he does not gain durable, so that's okay. He does go up to 65 in the arm department, which is fine. Probably not going to bring him back, but we'll see what other options there are when we get into the off season. So there is nobody in the free agent pool that I'm interested in bringing in. Smack Avery is fascinating, but I don't like having closers, and Surrounded doesn't make him look any more intriguing to me. And then the rest of these players are just not it for me. So we're going to leave that as is. Let's now take a look at league leaders, and then we'll look at the team. We'll clear out the playoffs. We'll do the re-sign phase, and then we'll peek at some of the players that'll be available in the off season. So first off, nobody in the top 10 from our team. That does not surprise me at all. Number 1 player is Punchy Patterson, who ends up getting dropped by the end of the season there by the Buzzards. So they reward her 2 great seasons with her dropping out of the... Wait, she didn't even pitch the last 3 games she typically would, or 2 games she typically would, and she still was number 1 player, which is crazy. All right. Number 2 was actually rookie Andre Vo. He gets the offensive MVP award at 19. So we'll see if that's something that holds up in the future. But an incredible year from him. I'm disappointed that Severus Pena didn't see his way in the top 10. Andre almost gets the triple crown. Leanne Drive with a 352 average. Andre with a 338 is second in the league. He leads in home runs and in RBIs, 14 more than Rhonda Horn. He almost sweeps the percentage categories too. Nobody from our team in any of the positive categories. We have peak physique with 52 strikeouts. Nobody stealing bases for our team. Pitching wise, nobody's showing up good for us here either, which is always disappointing. Yeah, not a single player on our team pops up in the top 10 in any category except strikeouts. So, and not the pitching strikeouts, the hitting strikeouts. Let's take a look at how the team produced, and we'll kind of do inventory of who we'd want to keep around going forward. So we'll start with Morton Stanberg. Had an awful season. He's not going to... Actually, real quick, before I do that, let me check and see what Andre Vo did as the Moose. How many total bases did he have? Andre Vo had 147 total bases. So I'm going to say that is... I mean, that's obviously elite, probably best in the league, but we'll use that as a jumping off point for us. So Morton with 70 total bases, half of that. Not a great year for him. I'd say he's a candidate to be cut. Jermaine Reigns likely to be cut as well. Peak physique, I'd like to get replaced by a startable catcher going forward. Peak physique probably replaced Dingers. He can hold down the fort at third base, but we might look for an up as well. Jason Hackett had a very forgettable rookie season. We'll see if that changes next year as he'll be shifting into the starting role. But that's really, really tough to see how he performed this year. Annabella Stoke, really great. It was nice to see what she was able to put together: a 304 average, a 711 OPS, and 59 total bases, where 8 doubles, 1 triple. She only struck out 23 times, and she did have 10 stolen bases. So she was really the main hitter on this team. She actually tied for the league lead in hits with Morten Sandberg, which good for Stokes, bad for Sandberg. Let's see. Casper was not going to stay on this team. Neither was Tig. Ham Slamus not going to be back next year either. Tish Ballin is just supposed to be a backup. Donaldson did okay in her rookie season, and she'd be somebody I'd look to keep coming back as a bench option. Fiona Clark didn't hit very well, and we don't really have good stats on catchers defensively, so that's not going to help us much. But I think she's great as a backup, not great as a starter. And then Digafordo did pretty well when he was given the opportunity, but again, he's just there to help us with chemistry and to save us some money. So not really a future candidate on this team. Pitching wise, we lose 3-4-3. We can't really. Severs Pena, I thought he was going to do better, but he did fine. Baller Norris, not a great year. Maggie Tacobi, not great either, but again, we'll see what that looks like next season with a clean slate and that workhorse trade working with him in his favor. We have Mess, who pitched in 45 innings and had a 3.8 ERA. That was much better than what it looked like earlier. 37 strikeouts for him. We have Geronimo Willis, did not pitch well at all. We paid him a lot of money to struggle as much as he did in his rookie season. Could just be rookie struggles, right? Lika Bassinet developed quite a lot. We'll keep him around. Horace Heimlich pitched well, and so did Kendrick Hearn. These are the two pieces I'm probably likely going to keep. Bassinet, same thing, but we'll see. But most of the offense is likely gone next season because there just really wasn't many positives to look at. So that we did this inventory, let's go ahead and clear out the playoffs and go into the re-sign phase. We miss the Overdogs, make it to the playoffs. So do the B-Wolves, the Moonstars, and the Moose. Let's see what happens. It's going to be the Overdogs. They win in 5 against the B-Wolves, and then they sweep the Moose, only allowing 1 run in 3 games. So the Overdogs are your team in Season 2. Couldn't remember what happened in Season 1. It was the Nemesis. So the Monster Division has produced back-to-back champions. The Nemesis last year, the Overdogs this year. And that is how Season 2 ends. Let's go into the re-sign phase. And as you may remember, I like to just bring back as many players as possible. Then I'll make my decisions during the off season. So we'll only do it where it makes sense, where we're not overpaying players. And then we'll get rid of certain players in the off season. So with Fiona Clark at 99%, I'm going to roll this one. Jermaine Rames, same thing. Perfect. All right, peak physique. I'm going to roll this one as well. He's at 78% to come back and not likely to bring him back, but we'll keep him if he stays. All right, perfect, at least for now. Kaysen Hackett, 92% to come back. He's making 7-1. I'd like to keep him at that salary. He didn't earn a raise from this year's development or this year's outcomes. So I definitely need to fix that in the next season. If he doesn't figure it out, we're probably going to move on, but Annabella Stokes, definitely want her back. She's at 99%. Back Rip Dingers. He's worth 9.9 once 9.2, so let's bring him back. Ham Slamus, he is right at his price point. So I guess I'll keep him for now, but likely to get rid of him. Diggs at 1 million, so yeah, we'll take that. Stamberg, probably gone in the offseason. We'll bring him back for now. Tig Tantrum was just a cost-cutting maneuver. Again, just making sure these players that are in here now are just going to be here for placeholders. Aviana Donaldson. Again, probably keep her around as a backup option, but with that speed, I don't like her hanging out in left field often. Good news is she does have Cannon Arm to help out with that low speed, but still a liability. I'll bring back Tish if she comes back. I'll look to see if there's other options, but she's a pretty good utility outfielder to have on a team. And then with Casper Stern, sure. All right, looking to get rid of him. All right, Severus Pena. He's didn't develop much this year. Let's see, what did we do for him? Did he get any random development? He did not. Did he get any development we were able to give him? He had one development opportunity that we paid for. He got 4 junk, 1 fielding, and he lost 2 velocity. So he didn't develop much at all. He's asking for 14.9. I wish that we could control loyalty better. He's at 92%. I can't pay him that much more, so I want to keep him at 14.1. He comes back good. All right, Dick Lucas he's happy with what he's getting paid, but he's overpaid, so we're going to drop him. We'll look to bring him back at a more affordable price. This one for Wagyu, he's at 5.4. He's worth 7.5, and he's asking for 6.8. 78% chance to come back. I think I'm going to give him I'm going to offer him his current salary. Nope, I'm going to re-sign him at asking. I think he's worth paying a little extra to keep for K Collector and Workhorse. I hope he just gets his, stuff on track here. Baller's worth 8.5. He's asking for 8.5, but is getting paid 6.9. I will try and keep him at 71%. He stays. Perfect. Mess was fine. We will keep him where he's at right now. It's below cost. Same thing with Kendrick Kerr. Perfect. Geronimo Willis, I'm going to roll the die here, and it would be amazing if he stays at 7.9. But I definitely won't be paying him because he didn't pitch well this year. Comes back. Great. And then Bassinet, 86%, and he stays. And then Horace Heimlich, I'm happy to keep him at his current price. So the only person definitely leaving is Dick. We knew it was coming when he got paid almost $1 million or over $1 million more to come into the team temporarily. Everyone else got re-signed at current except for Wagyu, who we gave him what he was asking for. He gained that Workhorse trait to go along with K Collector, and I think that's worth paying a little extra to keep on the team. We'll see if that backfires on us. So to finish off this video, just checking time really quick. Okay, we're good. We are just going to look into the offseason like we did last year. It's kind of a pack opening kind of idea. We're going to take a look at top players that have competitive traits, top players we might look to bring in, and we'll look at some of the rookies that are coming in this season as well. And then I'll take more inventory at the end off screen, and we'll figure out what decisions we're going to make in the next video. All right, let's see. Retirements are going to be, quite a few of them. Tucker Turlington, gone from the Grapplers. Sting McGee retires at age 38. We have Lloyd Cook already gone from the Sirloins. We have Stan Alive, retires at age 31. It's a big hitter, gone from the league. And then Hugs Lavelle leaves from the Wild Pigs. We have some big S-tier pitchers on the market here. Elmo Slayer and Alicia Woodrow. This is going to be very fascinating. Hammer Long Paulo, Charlie Best, Rally Overo, and Slip Sauter. This is a big name players that are going to be available. There's going to be three big S-tier pitchers available. Now, Elmo has K Collector. That is intriguing, and I would, at 25 years old, really consider bringing him in. That's going to be very expensive at 19.3. Might be worth it. We'll take a look at, in the offseason here. Any other big competitive traits? Nope, nothing sticks out except for Marsha Brown. And what stinks is both Elmo and Marsha are crafty players, so this really doesn't help us much. And I'm going to look at, there's a couple of rookies that are in this top tier category, but I'm just going to do a quick scroll here. Winnie Noel, no thank you. We have Andre Candela with Sprinter, would be interesting. At second base, we could then shift Stokes over to short. We have Lester Bronco still. And I'll go through the end of the B pluses here. Elroy Action would be intriguing. Just contact and speed is all he's got going for him, though. Hera, I'm going to put a star on her for sure. That would be really, really nice to have as our starting catcher. Nora Holmes here, no thank you. And then 27-year-old Timber Frown. I think he's a rookie with Workhorse and Elite Curveball. I will put a star on him. Maybe we go with him instead of Dick Lucas. All right, let's go ahead and sort by age. So we have Mew Lane, an A-plus starter at 19, lefty, 2 fastballs, 2 off-speed, and a 4-seam fastball, elite at 92 miles an hour. That's fascinating. Then we have Ananas Romano, 19. This is a guy you build around. Ace, Exterminator, and Clutch, though they would both be at tier 2, but those are top tier traits, and he's competitive. I will be doing a lot to try and bring him into this team. That is awesome. Allie Collier is RBI hero and inside pitch at 19 at second base. I'm interested. All right, let's see. Anything else? Tree Reynolds. Alien Church. Left fielder with first pitch Slayer. Not interested in that trait. Bob Fleshman. Jericho Jaramillo. Helen Friendly. All right, let's just check over here too. Ooh, is this a rookie? Yeah, it is. Juniper Bugles. 21-year-old lefty starter with 2-way outfield. Good speed, good power, good contact. Also has Wild Thing. That'd be a fun player to consider, but I don't know if I want to spend that money. I think my biggest priority is bringing in Ananas, who we saw, and even Hera O'Wugliam, so I'd like to try and bring in our outfield could be crazy. I'm going to star Rodney Park here as well, because he could be a true shortstop and keeping Stokes at second base. Just going to do a quick scroll here a little bit further, and Gunther Sawhorse, 23-year-old, I think that's a rookie. Yeah, with K Collector, so I'll put a star on him. Could be nice to bring him in, another development option for Alika Bassinet to kind of pass the torch off to. And then, yeah, there's a lot of good candidates. Dubai Johnson is another rookie with 2-way outfielder. This is a starter reliever. So that's 2 that were generated. All right. I think this is where I'm going to call it, folks. We're going to take a look at this, and I'm going to do some math and figure out what we can do with this squad in the offseason. But it looks like there's at least enough options for us to really turn into a competitive squad next year. And I'm hoping we can get the right players that can actually produce, and we'll see what we can do with that. So thank you so much for watching. Is there any players that you're hoping I don't get rid of? I know we talked a lot about some players that I think were just very disappointing on the squad. I think I'm really, really excited about this Ananas guy. Do you think we spend to bring him in, or do you think we look to bring in Elmo Slayer? I think it's going to be really hard to decide between those two. Elmo, 19.3. Ananas Romano, 14.9. About a $4 million difference between these two. But I think Romano, oh man, he's just too good to pass up on. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. Appreciate all of you. Please like the video if you're enjoying the content despite another season missing the playoffs. I think we can find some success moving forward. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Please comment down below what you think about the video, what you think about the team, and what do you think about the future of this squad. Appreciate all of you. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.